Oh my god. We're back. So the rant I want to go on is about human intuition. And how human intuition is one of the dirtiest liars in the whole world. In fact, like, one of the downsides to human, or one of the only downsides to the internet is that it fuels this horrible, nasty lie teller. Human intuition. It's the worst thing. Because things like, okay, so here's how a human brain kind of works, right? Here's how, I'm not a neuroscientist, all right? I might paraphrase, but a human brain is really good at approximating stuff. Like, if I like hold a pen that I've never held before, I can judge by kind of how it feels and how it looks to accurately poke things with it. Or perhaps a better example is you can drive a car and roughly know where the edges of your car are. Even though there's not a lot of cars in the wild for us to have evolved to get used to over millions of years. Cerebral says, I don't know, Day9, this thing you're saying about human intuition doesn't feel quite right to me. You dirty, dirty, dirty man. And this is what's great about this ability for a human brain to approximate stuff is it means that it can adapt really well in environments like to the car thing, or hell, we use it every day to judge social situations. Like someone comes in and you're like, hey man, how's it going? Fine. Huh. I think that person isn't fine. Just by the subtle tone, but I'm not certain. And this is where you get those things where it's like, no, I'm actually fine, I'm just tired. Huh. He said he's tired, but I'm not sure he's tired. I think something's wrong, right? Like there's an amazing ability to just take that tone and just to conclude something from it that is sometimes pretty accurate. Now, do I want to? What do I do here? I think I'm just gonna start going unstable portal happy. Oh, flame tongue totem. Fools. Do I want to like? Do I coin out the? I think I might pass. I do this. I'm just gonna do this. Floating Watcher. I think this is fine. This will probably absorb some damage for me. This is great. It's great that the human brain does this. It's great that the human brain is able to approximate and kind of roughly compare things and intuit what is a lot of times pretty darn close. Awesome. However, human brain is really bad at using intuition to, say, comment intelligently about subjects with limited knowledge, to be able to assess facts, to listen. Like, okay, let me throw out something. Let me throw something out at you, okay? Let me hurl a thought in your direction. I think I want to do this. I think this is who I am. Counter spell. Let me dish this in your direction, okay? Let me toss this out there. I'm probably a pretty good person to ask if you are starting some sort of business in streaming or YouTube. And you might want some consulting information about what are tips and tricks and ways to be successful in the space. I'm certainly not the best. I don't know if I'm the best, but just throwing it out there, I've been doing this for like almost 7 years. Almost 6 years, excuse me. That wasn't an exaggeration, that was just me doing poor math as usual. How did he know to do that? Who runs? Wait, is this something crazy's happening? Well, let's just go ahead and be awesome. Oh! Boom! That felt sick as hell. I'm probably a pretty good person to ask about that. I was here before... I started streaming when you had to pay to stream, okay? That's where I'm from. I was there through all the technological changes of, like, the modern streaming area. Not like what a lot of the super old school people have been through, but, like, the modern... I think I'm a good source. And here's the crazy thing. People will say, all right, give me some advice, give me some feedback, and I'm like, you got it. Here's my advice. Here, you can do these 5 things that will guarantee you a good amount of success, and these 2 things I don't know that much about, but I can give you references to the 2 people who know that really well. And you know what I get told literally all the time? Nah, I don't know. Like, I know someone who didn't do those 5 things and he's successful, so I don't know, that doesn't sound right. And I'm like, do them! Why would you not listen to me? Like, I am such the right person to ask that question. You did such a smart thing asking me. Do these 5, what do you mean? That doesn't sound right to you. Oh. Oh. This happens so often. I cannot tell you. And I mean, we know some of the bigger instances of human intuition, like working against somebody, you know, like we've heard, ooh, I'm very close to death. Whatevs. That would have been good to have their Dr. Boom. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Well, we're countering spells, so that's okay. Do I want to do this twice now? So we know some ways in which, like big ways in which human intuition has hurt historically, like, I think that the Earth is flat. We all know about it. That's a big, wrong thing that human intuition told a lot of people. You get Copernicus, he's like, dude, the Earth... Was Kepler? Or you get a lot of smart people being like, dude, Earth, it's round. I did some equations, I got a telescope. Starting to think it's round, and people would go, I mean, I'm looking around. It looks flat. It's flat, dude. Like, I'm literally looking right at the Earth. It's flat. It's flat with mountains. That's the way the Earth is. I don't see any roundedness. That feels intuitively wrong to me, therefore I don't believe you. So we know those big ways. Damn it, he's the same person as we are, man. Damn it, crap, crud, shit, damn.
I can fix anything.
And I'm gone. And we know those big ways, but it's all those little tiny ways. Like someone read an article on a subreddit sometime that someone wrote about how they had a hard time streaming, and then I, who know all sorts of people in the industry and do it professionally, and have done it for like 6 years and seen segments of times of things working and not working and have a good general intuition, I take all those 6 years experiences and I condense it down to 5 solid suggestions, and they go, nah, I don't know, I read a thing. Like, what? Why is it what the human... Why, like... And this is actually what I think is almost a curse of the internet, where you have so much access to information online that people will, like, read some articles on Wikipedia about how economics works, and read another article in BBC about the status of, you know, Greece's economy, and they'll go, yeah, And then they'll watch some guy who is like an economic advisor to a country. Some smart person. You'll hear him go, nah, I think that guy really, he doesn't understand the Greek crisis very well. I'm like, what? What? And it is not that the economic article on Wikipedia was wrong. It is not that BBC article was wrong. It's not that this person has read bad information. It's that this person has read 2 pieces of information ingested it, and then, upon ingesting it, began to have some thoughts about economics that felt to that person like real knowledge. And it's not, it's just bullshit. It's just a bunch of fucking bullshit in his head. Nothing's there. And he has this thing that in his head is the bullshit, and he goes, wait a minute. Guys, I just watched this TV guy talk about the Greek financial crisis, and he is an advisor to a country. He's like the head of the whole economy or some shit, but I've been having some thoughts, and I really think they're relevant. I want to share them, and it's like, I don't know how. Do I just do it, man? I think I just YOLO do it. Go. Ooh. Now, one of the big reasons why I'm bringing all of this up is that this is a personal daily struggle when working on the design of a game. So much of what your intuition says feels right is wrong. Like you, like now, I know this. Like I know this for a fact. I'm saying it. He just said sorry that happened. I don't know why he's saying that. That does not make sense to me. So I'm gonna run out all my spells. So hopefully this guy gets hurt a couple times. Not bad. Let's see how we do. Imp Master. Good turn, good turn. Tight. See, like, what a designer has to do is a designer says, I think that this might cause the outcome that I think it will cause. And then you put it in and you test it. And then you have to put another thing in and you test it. And you have to put another thing and you test it. That's why you hear the word iterate so much. That's really what iterating means. It means that as a human, I'm horrible at judging how other humans are going to play my game. I am awful at it. And I'm so awful that I need to like test a billion times to get it proper. Give me that star. Like, and it's interesting to go on to, I mean, like, for instance, I read R games all the time, and to go on there and I'll see people do discussions about gameplay mechanics that really would make that game a lot better. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, is there data to back? I'm not saying that that person's wrong. I'm just saying all that it seems to be going on is just like an intuition about it. And I'm just like, where's the data-driven argument? See, in Zelda, Assassin says, I wonder if in the context of game design, when intuition is wrong, the designer just reverts to things he knows instead of innovations. That's why so many games end up having so much similarity to each other. A lot of games are just set up that way, where, you know, they'll just go, you know what, we don't want to invent anything new. That's hard to do. We're going to do 95% of the same game with a couple of cool twists, and that'll be the game. I don't think that's bad. I mean, like, Call of Duty games are all quite similar to each other. And I know that there's, I absolutely would say that there's, like, difference in the gunplay, and the campaigns are really cool, and hell, the reason Call of Duty have, like, really fun multiplayer. This is not at all a comment about fun. It's a lot the same in terms of gameplay. Because if someone said, you know what, I am going to reinvent first-person shooters, like let me give a really solid example. For a long time, Unreal Tournament. Okay, so go to the old shooters. Do we want to do this on turn 1? I'm gonna do this because I'm boss. I think I want to save this a little bit. Oh! Give me them card draws. Give me them card draws. So if you think about the old first-person shooter games, you had like Doom and Quake and Unreal and a crap load of those. There's like multiple Unreals and multiple Quakes, and they were all like deathmatch shooters. Really? That is fine. Do I unstable portal here? I think I unstable portal here. I think that's the right play. Let's just get another Manatide Totem, shall we? Holy shit! How am I? How? God, I run great. Yeah, all of these were shooters that kind of worked in the following way, deathmatch style. There were power-ups that were littered around, kind of drawn from an arcade game sort of aesthetic. And you ran around and shot each other while picking up the power-ups, so it was a lot of managing space. You know, this is how the pro scene was like so awesome to watch in those games. See the way that these people would run circuits through the space, managing all these different power-ups. I can't believe I'm going to get to Dark Iron Skullcrim. Isn't that sick? That is the sickest thing I've ever seen. And arcane missiles. That is just unreal. Yeah, I actually think I just hold on to this. This is just so unfair. It's wonderful. Unbelievable. I'm so good. And when subsequent releases would come out, there were more game modes that were sort of stacked on top of that. Some capture the flag. But it was still rooted in this deathmatch, manage the space, move around quickly. Man, nothing's going his way. Move around quickly, pick the power-ups, lots of just rapid fragging, rapid respawning, all that goody goodness. Now, let's talk about some of the phrases that emerged from that multiplayer experience. Spawn camping, just general camping, right? Like those sorts of that were hurtful. Like imagine if you're a designer and you're like, you know, I want to make it so that camping is not a thing. And spawn camping is not a thing. Don't want that. It's bad. The ickiness I feel, oh. I think I'm just gonna run out. Yeah, I think I gotta do this. God, I run so good! Shooter! So imagine trying to think that, right? Like, some of the intuitive answers would be like, well, let's change where the spawns happen. Let's make a protocol. Let's write an algorithm that tracks where people are and spawns them in a different location. Maybe we just design the map in a way to where it's hard to cover space. Maybe we do that. I'm sorry. Maybe we design the map in a way so it's hard to camp. It's not hard to cover space. I don't know what the hell I was saying. I blipped out for a moment. I got confused. I saw the Nerubian. I don't know. I saw red and I almost died. It was really horrifying. I think do I just shoot her or do I mirror entity? I think I just keep it nice and clear. Run out Dr. 7. So you can imagine being in that spot and wanting to do these innovations with sort of traditional methods and having a problem, but then think of how different a game Counter-Strike is compared to Quake. And imagine using Quake logic when evaluating if Counter-Strike's going to be fun. Okay, and let's just do the bomb style Counter-Strike gameplay. Do I just die here on accident? Is this what I've done? Is this what I've become? I'm just gonna keep going, man. I'm gonna go for the face. You kill me this turn, or I kill you next turn, my friend. Now, if you said, here's how it works. We got Quake. We have 2 bomb sites. It's 5 on 5. 2 bomb sites. Terrorists have to plant the bomb, terrorists have to defend. Same setup. Wow, we really just lost. That sucks. Oh.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
And then Doomguard. Yeah, wow. Wow, that's a lot of damage out of hand. This deck has been amazing for me climbing the ladder. Like, I climbed several ranks with almost exclusively wins. We're just having a hard time today. Gonna keep hitting go. We're always on the verge of winning, so it's no big deal. But if you imagine the Quake-style gunplay with the Counter-Strike style asymmetric terrace counter-terrace with 2 bomb sites, it wouldn't really work. The fact that you could have 5 terrorists just swarm the A bomb site, it's pretty hard to kill people that quickly in a Quake-like game. Like 5 versus 2 is really hard for the 2 to overcome. Like really, really hard. But it's that setup of the 5-on-5 with the 1 death per round, with this setup of terrorist and counter-terrorist, with, probably most importantly of all, the gunplay. This ultra-fragile, you're inaccurate while you're moving, a few bullets kill, 1 person can take out 5. Like, with that, then all of a sudden, a game starts to emerge. It's like really cool. It's like really cool. So I can imagine being a guy who worked on Quake or an Unreal and someone says, all right, I have this idea. Here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna have, do I want Mirror Entity? Yeah, I think I absolutely want Mirror Entity here. I don't want to run out the Flame Waker quite yet. I can imagine being that Quake designer and going, yeah, you know what? I don't think that this terrorist, counter-terrorist with 2 bomb site things will work. I mean, people will just overwhelm the bomb site. I mean, we could do 1 bomb site, and one team is trying to invade and the other team's trying to defend. They would try it and they'd go, oh, that's not very dynamic, it's not very interesting, it's just people swarming in at each other.
Okay, I'll be just like you.
The end is coming!
Okay. God, I just run so well. Just insane. Right, it takes like a different mental structure with quite a few steps to get from a Quake to a Counter-Strike. Interesting little discussion.
What to do?
Because my initial rage this morning came from just seeing someone make a comment about probability. And I've gone on this rant before here. You've heard me talk about, like, that's not how probability works!
I'll show them all.
I think I just bash his face apart? I think I do this. Now, if I hit here, he'll just trade, and I think that's actually okay. You know, someone was explaining what it meant to have a test that was like 99% accurate. For any of you who are curious, it was about Bayes' theorem. You can just look it up, B-A-Y-E-S, Bayes' theorem. I'm not going to tell you the exact thing, but, you know, if someone says a test is 99% accurate, that means, like, you know, let's say it's a test to see if I have a rare disease. If this test is 99% accurate, it means if I do have the disease 99% of the time, it says yes. If I don't have the disease 99% of the time, it says no. So there's 1% incorrect results in there. And Bayes' theorem points out how the probability is different going the other way. Because notice the direction. If I have the disease, then it says yes 99% of the time. If I don't have the disease, then it says yes. Or then it says no if I don't have the disease. So Bayes' theorem is the opposite direction. It's saying when you take the test, you get yes. If you get yes, then what's the probability that you have the disease? Notice you're going the other direction. The test, 99%, is talking about going this direction. You get the other direction. You get the other direction. You know what I'm saying? Alright, well, let's do this first.
Serve the Fire Lord. Serve the Fire Lord.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Boom. And so I saw someone this morning just talking about like, nah, that's not how that works. That's wrong. And he was, because intuitively it seemed weird. Intuitively it seemed odd to him. And it's like, no, there's rigorous math here. It's exact. The math is exact in its presentation. This is not an intuition thing. We don't need your intuition. Look at it being exactly computed in this way with no ambiguity. And he's like, I don't know, but that doesn't, why would they call it 99% accurate if it's not? And I'm like, and then it just made me think about design stuff. Yeah. This is, you know, I'm like, I go to work and I have things that I want to do, but then I have that like, how would we test that? What would be the right way to confirm that? How do we break this into small enough chunks to where we can test this? Where's my intuition perhaps lying to me that I would need to investigate that? I don't know how to combat that. I don't know how to combat the fact that the internet gives people so much access to so much information that then convinces them that the random thoughts that they have in their head about that information are real knowledge. It's not real knowledge. It's garbage. Why? So that's my little rant. I hope you enjoyed my rant. I'll be right back. That's a good rant. I felt good to rant. Oh my god. Mastapo, Starkey Pob, an unused Mega Elixir. I'm playing these songs for you, man. We're gonna play my current favorite song, if that's okay. This is like my current favorite.